Hi and everybody, and welcome, Croeso, to my live stream. Now, I'm not the technically most savvy person of them all, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, and quite frankly, I don't care. I have something to say, and I have something to hope that I can make some of you understand what's going on in this world and in Glastonbury, Avalon, and in your lives as well, you know. So first of all, as I always do, I'll do a little bit of singing, because to be quite honest, in my opinion, if we sing, we are better off. We are lifting our spirits, and I love singing. I don't do it well. I'm not a singer by any means, and you might want to switch it off. But for the moment, give me a moment. So this is Saren. She's my drum, and she was lost for the longest time. Somebody by accident picked her up, and she has been returned to me after several months. And if you are somebody who owns a drum, you'll know that a drum is your ally, your beloved, that without your drum you can't live. And I was looking at buying a new one, and I thought, I can't do it, I'm gonna have to make one. Thankfully I don't have to now, because somebody brought it back. Mother of the darkness, hear our song. Mother of the darkness, hear our song. Show the things we need to see, heal our wounds and set us free. Show the things we need to see, heal our wounds and set us free. Mother of the darkness, hear our song. Mother of the darkness, hear our song. Mother of the darkness, hear our song. Take us to your cauldron, hold us as we die within. Take us to your cauldron, hold us as we die within. Mother of the darkness, hear our song. Mother of the darkness, hear our song. So Saren's sounding a lot better than I am doing today, but quite frankly, again, like I said, I don't care, because it makes me joyful to sing. And this song was a gift from one of our beautiful priestesses here in Avalon called Zindra Anderson, who joined us at a dark moon ritual that we have been holding for the last 5 years in Avalon every dark moon. And we have been, and when we were locked down, we went online and did a huge learning curve of online technology, which was fun in a way, and stressful, I will say. Why do we do it? Is it just so that we can have our ego stroked? Looking in the mirror this morning, I looked at an old lady with grey hair, and I didn't recognize her. I didn't know who she was, because deep inside I'm still 15 at most. But I am a grandmother now. And although in the Avalonian tradition, Cerridwen is a grandmother, a crone, in her real story, she is the Dark Mother. Now, a lot of people are now working with the Dark Mother, bringing out new courses, doing new things with the Dark Mother. And I always say, you have to have worked with her for a while in order to actually feel how much good she can do for you. Because what she does, Cerridwen in specific, is to hold that dark mirror in front of your face and say, have you really, really looked at yourself? Have you seen your flaws? Have you seen your faults? And she's not trying to pick on us. She's just saying, if you are true to yourself, if you are true to who you truly are, that's 3 truths now, then if you are clear on who you are, then you have a much happier life. Try not to pretend to be something that you're not. Try not to wear that mask, that glamour. She is the witch, yes indeed, she is the wise woman, the Suinuraik, and yeah, we do work with magic here in Avalon. I do. No, nobody else and my friends. But she does talk a lot about the magic of being truly yourself, of the magic of accepting yourself as you are, warts and all, grey hair and all, and lots of lines in the face and all. But I hope that what I'm trying to convey is that if we know who we are, if we are confident in our abilities, if we are confident in our own self, if we love ourselves the way that God loves us, then our lives are becoming a lot easier. It's not such a heavy time for all of us. This particular story talks about adversity, talks about a mother watching her child being bullied, being, called names. And how often do we know how that feels? Whether that happened to us or a sibling or a friend, or whether we are the mother to a child that is different, that is not like everybody else, that doesn't fit into that box, that form. And our heart bleeds for the ones that are bullied. And often our mouths are shut because we are afraid that we may be taken the same way as they are. That whoever is the bully will take it out on us if we try to defend someone. Cerridwen brews a wonderful medicine for lots and lots of people. She is the Soinuraig. She takes the herbs, she talks to them, she asks the spirit of the herb to come into the medicine, into her potions. It is only when she tries to create a potion for her son, a potion that he hasn't asked for. And let me assure you that when you try to do magic for someone and you haven't got their permission, it can always go wrong. So for me, it's really important that she is the one that, in this case, is acting not according to the ethics of magic. You can only do magic for someone if you've asked for their permission. And so she tries to change the fate, the destiny of her son. If you are a mother and you have a child that is bullied, you know exactly how that feels. You want to protect your children. You want the best for them. You want the world to be away from them, not cruel to them. I get it. It makes sense to me. However, I am also a witch. I am also a priestess, and I know how wrong that can be. I never do anything for anyone unless I have permission, not even send healing. So the question is, how does the story go on? Well, the part where she gives chase to Guillaume Bach after he rightfully imbibes the 3 drops of Arwen for which he has worked night and day. She starts chasing him. A lot of people think this is cruel. A lot of people hate Cerridwen. There are some really horrible ways of telling the story where Cerridwen is the bad guy or bad girl, and where she is the baby killer. She is the woman who's trying to murder a child. And there is nothing more heinous in our society, and I guess in every society, than a woman who kills a child. And yet we see it, and yet it happens. And yet that darkness exists in our world. So how does it go on? Well, some people say she's initiating him. She is chasing him through all the elements. She is making him run for his life and use his initiative, his intuition, his insight. Remember, he has got the 3 drops of Arwen on his side, and he sees all. He's a seer, same as us. He can see the obstacles as they arrive before him. And he knows when his power is waning in one realm and he moves to the next realm. And it is that chase, that trying to get somebody to use every weapon in their power in order to save themselves, where we have to live by our wits and our intuition. That is what the chase is actually about. It's about an initiation where we stand and we use what we have been God has given, in my case. I don't know who you speak to, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. All is right, all is well. So, what happens next? Earth, water, air, fire. Gwion is being placed through all of those. The same as when we use a spell, the same as when we do our magical work. We use the elements to bless our tools. We use the elements to bless our spells. And that is exactly what's happening to Gwion. He's forged in the crucible of the cauldron. He is forged in the fire. He is forged in Cerridwen's belly. And he sees all. My grandson's second name is Taliesin. The word Taliesin means to see all, radiant brow. And in my opinion, that is exactly what we need now to develop in all of us. We need to initiate ourselves into being that radiance, in seeing things that are beyond what we would sometimes call the real world, the apparent world. We need to see the amounts of guides and helpers that are stepping around us saying, we're here, what do you want us to do? Yeah, COVID, the Ukraine, all of that nonsense, all of that mess. There is help available. We just have to look around. The same for Gwion. There is help available. He has the ultimate knowledge. He knows how to transform. We need to transform. And at the end, Cerridwen is taught the greatest lesson. Don't mess with magic. Respect the process. Allow yourself to see what needs to be seen. Allow yourself to feel what needs to be felt. Feel the emotions of anger and hatred. By all means do so, but don't act on them. You can see the things in the world and it can be very, very heavy on your mind. However, you don't have to take on all of the troubles of the world. You can observe, you can step aside, you can be in your power, and you can say, this I can do something about. The rest I may not be able to. For me, I sit by my altar, I light my candles, I sing my songs, I send waves of energy into the world, and I heal what needs to be healed. But what I always do in the DMRs and in my own personal work is I ask Cerridwen to take the power that I raise and send it to the place, the situation, the people who need it the most. I don't send the healing. I raise the healing, and I ask her to please use the healing where it's needed the most. So one of the things that we love to do is just drum and just sing and just keen the energy of grief away. Now, for those of you who are easily shocked, please be aware that this sound that comes out of me is guided by Goddess, and it may not necessarily be something that you would like to hear. But if you have grief sitting in you right now, grab your drum if you have one. Grab whatever other percussion instrument you can find, even if it is a pot and some, maybe a wooden spoon. And just with me for a moment, take a deep breath in. Breathe into your lungs. Take a deep breath into your heart. Feel whether it's open or closed. Take a deep breath into your solar plexus. Feel whether there's anything that sits there that doesn't need to sit there. And if you don't need it, breathe it out. We're going to transform it in a minute. And then breathe into your yoni, hara space, whatever you have down there. It doesn't matter. Your connection with Mother Earth. Deep breath in. Hold it for a heartbeat and then out. And really push that breath out. Push it out. Push out what's not needed. Get rid of it. It's not good for you to keep stuff in. And you can either go mad, like as we sometimes do, and I show you how to do that. You can do that. Sorry if I blasted your ears. Apologies. Or what you can do is keen your grief. Now, there are people who say to you, you need to have classes to keen. You need to have to learn to keen. Keening is to release grief. Absolutely it is. But your body knows what to do. We have a memory in our in our cells. We have a memory of the ancestors. We don't need necessarily people to tell us this is what you do, this is what you do. By being in that state of mind, and this is a conditioned state of mind where we think that the only knowledge worth having is something that somebody else teaches you. I want to show you how I do it, and then I want you to check how you want to do it. I breathe in very deeply into my yoni space, or in my womb space, my womb cauldron as I call it. That is the place where I hold my creativity, and that is also the place where I hold my grief. And my grief has to leave, otherwise my creativity cannot come out. So please be aware, I'm going to make some noise now. If you're of a persuasion where you can't cope with a lot of noise, and right now there's a lot of people like that, just switch off now, okay? There are times and places where you can do this, where it's appropriate to let go. I usually do it in nature, because my grandson, who is 2.5, doesn't like that sound, because it is the grief that I hold. And he comes and he claps his little hands over my mouth and asks me not to make that noise. The noise is not directed. I go and I breathe into my energy, into my belly, and I let go what needs to be let go. It's not directed, it's not co-created, it's nothing like that. And as you do it, you will find yourself diving deep, and you may well cry tears of anger, of disgust, of grief, of desperation. That's what it's there for, to clear that. It's important that you do that, dear ones. It's so important to let go of that grief. It will overwhelm you if you don't. And then use your drum or whatever you've used, and it has to be something that has a little bit of whoosh, and allow it to be dispersed through the sound. The sound goes and hunts it out like the Kuna Noon that Gwyn ap Nith chases the souls with. It makes you feel better. And right now, that's what we all need, is some sort of release, some sort of relief from all the things that we cannot change, that are done to us, not done by us. I always think we need to be the solution, part of the solution, not part of the problem. So I'm not going to speak at length about all the drama that's going on in the world. We are all aware of what's going on. All I will say is that one thing I can say to you is that whoever is your ally, whether it is the dragons, which I love, and who love me, whether it is a goddess or a god or both, whether it is the universal energy of light, the solar logos, it really doesn't matter. There are so many beings. I often work with the grandmothers of people, and they are hilarious. Some of them are sad, but the most, the old ones are hilarious, and they are very bright and very wise. Listen to the old ones. We've pushed them aside and put them into homes. Let's bring them out and let's hear what they have to say. I tell you what, they can't make more of a mess of this world than the people who are in charge now. So with Cerridwen's blessings, I'd love to post this. With your permission, I'd like to be in your homes for a little while, in your hearts for a little while, and talk to you about what we can do to help each other, to be with each other, to hold hands with each other. Here in the Cerridwen crew in Avalon, in the Temple of Cerridwen in Avalon, we talk about this. Palm to palm, healing center to healing center, heart to heart, soul to soul. Goddess Cerridwen, make us whole. Palm to palm, heart, hand in hand. That's what I've forgotten. Sorry, try again. Palm to palm, hand in hand, heart to heart, and soul to soul. Goddess Cerridwen, make us whole. Palm to palm, hand in hand, heart to heart, soul to soul. Goddess Cerridwen, make us whole. And we say that 3 times. And then I know to some of you that may sound peculiar, we kiss each other's hands. That is an honoring. It's an honoring of the person that stands next to us, that holds our hand, that holds our heart, that holds our soul. If you have a Karyat Enide, a soul friend, you know what I'm talking about. When the going gets tough, having someone by your side that hears you, that heals you, that helps you, is one of the most important things in the world. So, one more song, because I want to, and I don't know whether I'm allowed to sing that because it's not really mine. Mother of the darkness, actually that is ours. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of light, guide us to our hearts. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of light, guide us to our heart. Mother of darkness, mother of light, earth beneath us, soul in flight, songs of love and love of light, guide us to our heart. May Cerridwen bless you today. May she light your path. May she show you the way. May she help you regain the crystalline, labyrinthine power or in your heart. Have the serpent Kundalini energy run through your body and look up into the sky. See all the beautiful clouds. Let yourself be lifted there. Many blessings and thank you. Blessed be.